In this video, I'm going to show you how to create these t-shirt designs by generating vectors with the help of AI inside of Kittl. This is a really good workflow because you can cut out all of the removing background, upscaling your graphics, and it's also super flexible if you want to make changes to your design. First of all, let's talk about the niche that I'm going to target. So I noticed a lot of these designs right here selling that say, wait for me, I have little legs. And most of these, as you can see, have a new badge inside of Flying Research, meaning they were posted less than 1 month ago. The top seller actually has a 80k BSR right here and only 1 review. So this is still a very new niche. Most of these listings have no reviews actually. And I think a bunch of these can be greatly improved. There is some fairly basic text designs. These kind of stick figures right here, not too exciting in my opinion. We've got one example of a frog right here running, but the first thing I thought of was actually dachshunds, sausage dogs, because they have little legs and every owner of a sausage dog likes them for that factor. That's one of the main reasons they like them usually, and I think this phrase would work perfectly with dachshunds. That's not the only thing. You could probably do this with geese as well. Let's actually look a bit further, see what else there is. Oh, here we go. There's a dachshund design from just 9 days ago, and it's already got a BSR, meaning it has sold. But again, I think also this could look a bit better in a different style perhaps. Then we've got some geese right here, also brand new designs. We've got a frog with a cowgirl outfit, maybe also doing a goose with a cowgirl outfit would work. And I've seen quite a lot of like geese, cowboy, cowgirl themed ones in different niches working well. So I think there's definitely a ton of potential here. Loads and loads of new designs that are selling and a ton of sales happening at the top amongst the best sellers. Jumping into Kittl, I'm going to create a new project right here with the print on demand tab and the merge by Amazon setting. Then if we hit create, we've already got the perfect dimensions. And first off, I'll just close the sidebar right here because I don't really need that for this project. I just want my artboard in focus and the prompt bar down here, because now you can find styles in this section as well. And there's a vector category, which is really handy because there's a ton of preset vector styles right here that are really, really useful for print on demand. And they're all based on different models as well. You can see Google Imaging down here, Ideogram 3. We've got some of the Flux models showing up, ChatGPT as well. And what we're going to do now is choose one of these styles right here. You can still change the model if you want to. So if you don't want to use Dream 3, but you still want this kind of style right here, you can change the model to Nano Banana, to ChatGPT, whatever your preference is, or you can choose one that has lower credit usage right here. It will still keep it similar to that style you selected, and most importantly, it will still stay in the vector format. But let's go with this right here and the default setting for Dream 3. We'll do a cute dachshund in a fast running motion, looking worried about being left behind. And I think that's enough. You don't have to add anything about the background being isolated on black. This is all sorted by the fact that we're using a vector style. Whilst this is generating up here, oh, it's already finished. Dream 3 is quite a quick model. And I think that's a pretty cool result. We've got kind of 2 angles. One is a side profile, one you can kind of see more of its face, which is good. So we've got some variety to work with. You can tell it to generate more or less images right here, which will also impact the credits you're using, but this is already a great result. And most importantly, if I drag this off of the artboard right here, you're going to see this is already without a background. Let me make it more obvious actually. I'll put a different color behind this. There we go. So essentially this is simply a black illustration with no background whatsoever, and we can change the color of this easily over here by just choosing a different color. And this is specifically handy if you have multiple colors in the same design and you want to make some adjustments. In that case, the vector style is extremely superior. Let's actually give this a bit of a brown tint right here, because that does fit the dachshund very well. So now we've got these two. I'm going to generate some more vectors right here and try out some different styles. I'm going to keep the prompt the same and just show you some of these other styles so you can get an idea of what they're like. Flat retro vector is quite good as well, I think. So we'll generate 2 of those. I'll also show you what happens if you change the model to something else, because GPT image is quite slow and expensive. So what if we just choose the normal Nano Banana model right here and see what happens there. I'm also going to try whimsical folk art right here, and let's give the anime vector a try as well. That one is using ideogram as the default, which is quite good because it's fast and cheap in terms of credits. Running out of space on my iPod right here, so these two are finished. This was, just for reference, let me pull it up, the flat retro vector, and the top one is with ChatGPT, which is the model you're meant to use. This one is Nano Banana. You can tell it's not that good. It doesn't work that well with this style preset, so I'll just get rid of those. This though, I think looks pretty good. It's more of a cartoonish version, perhaps more child friendly, but it definitely gets that emotion across of the dog with the little legs being afraid of being left behind. And what I meant before with the colors is now you've got all these colors over here and you can individually change them. So if I wanted the ears to be like a brown color, I could do that independent of the orange down here. I could make this a different color entirely, and you can create some nice custom designs like this. I think this color scheme works quite a bit better than this original one. What's also nice is that now within Kittl, you can edit these vectors with anchor points. So just like you used to from Illustrator, you could double click on this and then move around different points. You could extend the tail if you had to, kind of like so. For example, if you don't like the shadow, you can click on that and have it deleted. And there we go. We've quickly edited the graphic without having to regenerate it and then getting a different result, etc. So it does definitely give you a lot of flexibility and editability in the moment whilst you're creating these graphics. Over here, we've got the anime vector style, which I think turned out really, really good. And I would definitely consider using these because it kind of looks like a puppy dachshund as well. And once again, if you don't like the shadow, double click on it right here whilst it's in this vector format and just drag a box across the different anchor points of the shadow and just get them deleted. There we go. Now they're out of the way and you've got a clean graphic right here that you can use on its own. Down here we've got the whimsical style. Just go back to the presets. This is whimsical folk art, and to the right we've got the vector retro mascot style, which I think is also really respectable and looks quite nice right here. And again, if you wanted to change the colors, make it look more like Milo, you can do that as well right here. So anyway, this is kind of a quick overview of how to generate the vectors and how all that works. Let me actually put some of these together with some text. So I've pulled aside some of my favorite results that we got from the vector generator, and now I think I want to start with this anime one right here, the anime vector style, and add some text to it. I think this should be fairly easy because it's such a clean kind of rectangular layout the way he's jumping right here. So let's start by just adding a text layer down here. I'll draw a box at the top, make the font size quite a bit bigger, maybe 500, and then we'll put wait for me I have at the top, and then little legs on its own at the bottom. I think this should be one of the focal points of the design because it describes the person that is going to be wearing the shirt, or the shirt is going to be purchased for is someone with little legs. That's why you don't really want to split this up, and you don't really want a lot of extra text on this line. You want it quite big and bold. Now, that's it for the layout. I don't think we have to get super fancy here, but the font definitely looks a bit weird and we can make it suit this graphic a bit better, I think. So let's go into the typeface selection right here, and I'll find something. Maybe there's something in my favorites that I've got saved right here that works. So I think this font suits quite well. It's called Ambery Garden. I'm going to add this to my favorites here as well, by the way, which you can do with the heart symbol, and then they will always show up across the top of this typeface box. And I think this one works well because this graphic is quite childish, cartoonish, and that is definitely the same with the font, with these lowercase i's right here and the sort of slightly slanted and different size letters. So I think these work together quite well. I might also change the color right here from plain black to something else. I do always quite like going with a kind of deep teal right here for these kinds of designs, so we'll go with that, and that's number one finished. I'll add some more over here on these other graphics just so we can get a few different styles and layouts ready. So for this one, I went for a slightly different layout because I thought with the kind of slanted body right here, we can fit the I have just above little legs as well, to kind of balance it out a little bit more. But do you notice how on the left, the font doesn't really suit? We've got a lot more of a kind of retro style right here that isn't as childish, it's a bit more grown up. And the font now just doesn't really speak with the graphic. It doesn't work in my opinion. So I'm going to try and find a different font right here that works a little bit better. And there we go. I think this font is definitely more applicable, suits the style. And this is also one I've used a lot in the past. It's got a bit of a funny name right here, Insect Moksha. I've got it saved because I would never find it by just searching up here at the top. And then we've got the last two results. These took me a little bit longer. I wanted to try out some other layouts as well. I'm not too sure about this one. I don't think it reads that well with this piece of text down here, but I'm always open to experiment. I've never tried a sort of circular design where piece of the or part of the phrase is down here. So we'll test it out. Also wondering if I should maybe change the color here to that brown perhaps. But yeah, anyway, I think this one, the font being very simple sans serif, matches the graphic. Don't always have to have some fancy looking font with a lot of texture or a lot of effects on it. And this right here, just trying a serif font. So there we go. We've got a set of 4 graphics. We can easily make changes to the colors, momentum, the graphics, thanks to it all being vector. And we don't have to worry about upscaling because it's already scalable vector graphic. As you can see, I can zoom in and it's still smooth right here, which is the benefit of using that function within the Kittl AI right here. So try it out and let me know what you think of these vector preset styles. And I hope this video is seeing kind of the full process of niche, my thoughts, and then creating designs afterwards was helpful. If you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments down below. If you use Kittl on a regular basis, then you would greatly benefit from watching this video next, because I show you 7 settings that change everything and speed up your workflow massively.